YouTube, it's Black, and I wanted to do a very quick deck profile for my newest version of my Battlin Boxer deck that I put together using stuff post Shadow Specters. So if you want to play this deck in real life, you will have to wait till the fall because none of this stuff will be out or legal yet. Well, most of it. But you can play variations of it, and if you want to test it out, by all means go ahead and let me know what you think. But after this deck profile, there'll be a short video of me playing against the AI testing so you all can see how this works. But I will run through the deck real quick and explain some of the text and why I chose them. So without further ado, let's get started. Starting off, we got 2 Blaster, the Flame Incarnate Dragons. You're probably never going to summon this card really because you never really want to remove Boxers from the grave. But the main purpose Blasters here is to pop problem cards because of his destruction effect. Plus he's very good for getting Boxers you need into the graveyards. Like if you need a Glassjaw or a Counter Punch in the graveyard or one you don't need, so you can activate Switch Hitter's effect, you can just drop Blaster and that Boxer, pop the card you don't need on the field, special summon and go off from there. The one thing you do have to remember though is that Blaster's effect will cause Glassjaw to miss timing because Blaster's destruction has to finish before Glassjaw's effect can activate. So yeah, that's kind of important. Moving on, we have triple Glassjaw, which is standard. This is going to be your warrior returning alive for the deck, and the main way you're going to get boxes back you use, such as the normal play is to make lead yoke with Switch Hitter in this, detach Switch Hitter, detach Glassjaw, get Switch Hitter back, go into another lead yoke or something else you need. So this is pretty standard. He's got 2000 attack, he's a level 4 warrior, and he's a fire, so I think 3 of him is absolutely necessary. 1 Flamebow Fire Dog. This is actually a tech I got from an interview on Mr. No Meta's channel. He was interviewing a guy who top 20'd a Utah regional with Battlin Boxers, and he was playing double Fire Dog. And I really thought that was a cool idea because his concept with it was if Fire Dog attacks over something, you get a free Glassjaw, and then Glassjaw can attack for 2000. I thought that was a really cool idea, so I decided to tech one in, and it's been working absolutely beautifully. Because just having that ability to grab that free monster and put Glassjaw into the graveyard or go into any rank 4 in need is just really nice to have. Plus he can, if you do want to summon Blaster, this could be one of the cards you just choose to remove. Next we have triple Switch Hitter, which is absolutely standard in my opinion because he's the Blizzard of the deck. He'll pull a Boxer out of the graveyard, and with the only stipulation being that you can only summon Battlin Boxers after you use this effect, which is not really a problem because you're just going to go into lead yoke, which is a bitch for your opponent to deal with. Next up we have double Spar. Spar is something I used to run in 3s, now I run in 2s because when you use Spar, you have to be very smart with Spar. And his effect is, if you control a face-up Battlin Boxer monster, you can special summon this card from your hand, and if you do, you cannot conduct your battle phase for the rest of the turn. Now, in that regional on Mr. No Meta's channel, it was ruled that you can't use Spar during main phase 2. But the official Konami ruling is, and the ruling here on Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro/Dev Pro, is that you can special summon Spar during main phase 2. And that is because the last stipulation on this card said you cannot conduct your battle phase for the rest of this turn. Meaning you can still special summon it after the battle phase has actually occurred. Which is actually pretty nice because if you summon Headgeared on a field full of monsters, send yours and then attack with everything and then special summon Spar or go into lead yoke or whatever you want. This card is pretty nice in my opinion, plus this helps you go into first turn Shockmaster really easy. But after double Spar we have triple Headgeared, which is another absolutely essential card. This is going to be your Foolish Burial for the deck, helping you set up grave in later plays. Because either your first turn is going to be send Counterpunch or send Switch Hitter and then somehow get Glassjaw into the graveyard so you can get Switch Hitter back. Or if you already have Switch Hitter in grave, you send Glassjaw to get Switch Hitter back to set up another play. Plus he's got the ability to keep himself from being destroyed in battle once per turn if he's in attack position, which is actually pretty nice. Next card is 2 Blue Mountain Butterspy. For those of you who don't know, this is a level 4 dark monster with 0 attack, 1700 defense, with the effect of this cannot be normal summoned or set, and when you normal summon a warrior type monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. And this card cannot be used as a synchro material monster. The main reason I put Butterspy in here is for Headgeared. For the sheer fact I did not like leaving Headgeared in face-up attack position on the field, because if even though Headgeared has its protection effect, if my opponent happens to summon multiple monsters and continuously run at a Headgeared, I lose my monster and I lose my chance to do anything. So if I have both of these in hand, I just go Headgeared, chain Butterspy, special summon Butterspy, send what I need, overlay into something I want. Next we have the Tour Guide engine of 2 Tour Guides and a Night Assailant. This is going to be your main rank 3 engine, and the fastest way you're going to go into Cheat Commissioner or any other rank 3 you need. My one suggestion is when you summon Tour Guide, you're always going to want to go for the other Tour Guide instead of Night Assailant, because this Tour Guide will be dead immediately. And plus, Night Assailant is just a good card to have for if you need answers to anything. And the last monster in this deck is one Battlin Boxer Counterpunch. The only reason I'm running one of these cards is based off of something said during that interview on Mr. No Meta's channel. And the guy being interviewed said he didn't play Counterpunch because there's not a lot of things Lead Yoke can't get over. And I agreed with him on that aspect, but I didn't really feel safe not having at least one counterpunch. So I just stuck one in here, and having one keeps you from drawing multiple copies of this card. I'm only running, I think, 9 spells, and they are Heavy Storm, Rhoda, 1 Dark Hole, triple Battlin Boxer Spirit, 1 Reborn, and 2 MSTs. You're going to need, you're absolutely going to need 3 of this card, because this is your these are your 3 extra monster reborns. The really interesting thing about this card, yes, you do need at least 1 engraved to activate this card's effect, but if you happen to mill another boxer with this card, you can special summon the card you milled instead of the card that was stuck in the graveyard. So it's kind of a 50-50 shot, but it really helps at times. Next we have 2 Bottomless Trap Holes, 1 Torrential, because it works beautifully with Glassjaw and Lead Yoke, 2 D Prisons, because it's all about protect the Lead Yoke, 2 Breakthrough Skills, 2 Evacs, 1 Dark Bribe, and 1 Warning. The reason I'm playing Breakthrough Skill over Veiler is because I like being able to chain this card during any turn and on any phase. Plus I like the ability to use it again. And yes, not having Veiler locks me out of synchro options, but then again that frees up more extra deck space for myself. For the extra deck, we have 1 Battlin Boxer Star Cestus. I believe that at least one of these are necessary because it does negate your opponent's monster's effect. Plus, if you combine it with Cheat Commissioner, your opponent ends up taking the full damage of their monster's attack, because his effect is during either player's battle step, if a Battlin Boxer monster you control battles an opponent's monster, you can detach an Exceed material from this card, negate the effects of the monster till the end of the turn. That monster cannot be the monster you control cannot be destroyed by battle, and also your opponent takes any battle damage you would have taken from that battle. Cheat Commissioner has no attack, so your opponent is taking the full battle damage their monster's full attack to their life points, basically giving you a free shot. Next we got Comics Hero King Arthur. I think he's a better choice than Utopia for a first turn Exceed summon for the sheer fact that he can protect himself, plus he burns and gains 500. We got 1 Shockmaster because it's easy to make, triple Lead Yoke, which is going to be your main go-to Exceed, and I don't think I need to explain him because he's freaking awesome. 1 Blade Armor because you want to run Warriors, 1 Papilla Operative for cards you need to flip face up, Black Ship. I actually may change this for something else, but I don't know yet. 1 Excalibur, 1 Mace Stroke, 1 number 44 Sky Pegasus. The reason I'm playing this over Utopia is because I like the ability to have the chance to pop a monster or put my opponent in a bad position because I have to pay life points to stop this effect. And for rank 3s we got 1 Lever, 1 Tempo, and 1 Battlin Boxer Cheat Commissioner. The only reason I'm playing one of these is because I only play 4 level 3s, so I'm pretty much only going to have 1 chance to make this card. So it's better to save the extra deck space for cards that actually need like Lever and Tempo for other situations than make multiple copies of this card. While yes, this card is very, very, very good, I don't think more than 1 is necessary. And for things you may want to side in or test out, Book of Moon's not here, but Book of Moon's always a great card. Forbidden Lance over Fire Dog, just so you can get over things or make sure your boxers hit the field, because it really, really, really sucks when your Glassjaw or your Switch Hitter gets bottomless. But that about does it for the actual deck profile. I try to make this as quick as possible because it's pretty straightforward, but I'm really liking this way this deck's running now. I had to trim a lot of the fat previously, but I think I've opened a lot more options. There are ways you can play a Synchro variant if you run Veilers or if you run Chameleon, because Chameleon can pull back a Glassjaw, so you can go into rank 4s or level 8s. But stay tuned, because after I finish speaking, there'll be a very short duel video of me testing this deck out so you can see how it functions, and let me know what you think of it. If there's anything I can take out, anything I can improve, just let me know. I'll test it out and I'll let you know what I think. But as always, thank you all for watching. Stay black, and I'll see you.
Since I've been running, I've grown so far away, out on my own. The air is full of ice and my path is haunted. The harder it's become to walk alone. And all these people bring me down, and I've been stuck here life tonight.